just a vacancy. Love don't live here anymore.
When I needed you most, you left me. You chose your wife and kids over me since I was a baby. When I was 16 and wanted to figure out who I was, and I was wondering why I kept getting into relationships with these little boys, and I didn't understand what a real man was because I didn't have one. My father left me, went on to live his life, and I felt so empty, but I could not feel this hole because the man that was raising me was not my father. And eventually, after 12 years, he abandoned me as well. Then my mother just kept trying to find love, kept trying to find some kind of man to be in the house, and they all did the same thing. So imagine me, I'm only 19, growing up suicidal, depressed, on medication, going to counseling, none of it helped me. I felt empty, I felt like I was dying. At this moment, I'm dealing with my emotions because I can't figure out why I can't find a male role model that just appeals to me, that gives me that example that I need. A father to his kids. Supports them no matter what they do, no matter what mistakes they make. He loves them no matter what. He's there for them their whole life. I didn't have that. Missing my dad meant questioning my relationships. I have someone that I feel is different. Grew up in a two-parent home. I don't know what that feels like. Grew up functional, stable, but now I question, is he gonna abandon me? I don't know anything else. Every man in my life has left me. Cold. Bought me a laptop for graduation, thank you very much, but where were you when I was crying myself to sleep because I can't figure out what love is? Where were you? You called me for my birthday to ask me what I want, but I want you. I want my dad. I want you to come hold me. I feel sick inside. I feel empty inside. I feel lost. I feel hurt. I don't know if somebody's gonna leave me. Because that's what you did to me. I love you with every ounce of my soul, so I can't hate you because I feel like there's still some part of you that still wants me, that still sees me as your first baby that you had in high school, but I just wish you were here with me.
Spit forward.
So I reached out to you, and I said, Daddy, I need you. Whether I want to or not, I want you here with me. I want you to walk me down the aisle when I get married, whether you were here or not. I want to dance with my daddy on my wedding day. I want to be able to have my child and look over and my father gets to hold him or her too. Whichever one comes first. But I'm just so confused. I'm so lost. I struggle with whether I'm interested in men or not because I really don't know. I don't have anything positive around me. As an example, I put a poem on Facebook the other day as everybody questioning me in my ministry and if I'm lesbian or not. No, I'm not. I'd rather be alone than go to hell for being with a woman. I'd rather be alone than get married, have children, just to end up raising them by myself like my mother did. I'm scared. I'm around nothing but single women. I'm scared. And I feel empty. And I feel abandoned. I don't understand why you left me.
Just a vacancy. Love don't live here anymore. Oh, you've abandoned me. Love don't live here anymore. Just a vacancy. Love don't live here anymore. And yet I wait here. In bed till 1 a.m. trying to figure out how to get more text from you. Because crush is not the word that describes my emotions. In fact, it isn't even strong enough to describe my demeanor. Infatuation is close, and yet when I think of you, I see a real future. and as some might call it. I actually see me bringing lunch from home up to your job and eating out on our patio furniture, just staring at stars and having simple conversation, but yet I wait here in bed till 1 a.m. just trying to figure out how to break the virtual ice that just so happens to be the barrier to expressing how I feel. I just wait to see a text saying, I'm home, sweet, a sign of affection from you that I long so deeply for. I wait here, visualizing the night for you to come home from a long day at work just to find a plate waiting on you. Me waiting on you. For you to shower and get comfortable so that I may hear about your day and possibly give you a massage and snap back into reality to realize that it's 1 a.m. I'm in bed uncomfortable. And I'm jumping at my phone to realize that it lit up to say that my phone is charged. A simple notion that would indicate that this kind of infatuation is not mature nor healthy for me to partake in, simply because I wait here. And therefore I sing the song. You've abandoned me. Love don't live here anymore. It's just a vacancy. Love don't live here anymore. Oh, you've abandoned me. Love don't live here anymore. It's just a vacancy. Love don't live here anymore.
Thundercats! 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 Oh! You see, this brother here now speaks from two sisters who are in pain. But let me take that back to history, and this I will not refrain. Understand the confusion and disrespect comes way farther down the lane. I now speak for those who do not speak for themselves. I speak for those because I am a thundercat myself. They call them panther cubs. I speak for Emmett Till, the one who left from Chicago, who went down into Mississippi, touched a woman's hand, and that was disrespectful, see. Went to tell her husband, and her husband got a group B. Went over there and took that boy out of his house and disrespected that family, see. Put him over in the farm, and they kicked him, and they beat him, and they beat him, and they kicked him. Then they disrespected him and took a knife and took him from his rectum. Then they took this knife and cleaved from his penis and mouth and his hands. Disrespected him. Threw him in a river with a fan around his neck, and they let the water engulf him. He blew up like a sponge, and that was the only way they found him. Brought him back into the city, my city, the Windy City, that Chicago city, like Frank Nick. They brought him back to that city, and when they opened up the coffin, it knocked people 2 blocks away. They said the smell was that strong to be knocked down 2 blocks away. Thundercats! 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 Oh! I speak for my goddaddy, Chairman Fred Hampton, Sr., who never got to see 22. They say young people don't have ideas, but this young man at 19 actually brought out the first mobile ambulance to take care of his own families, free medical centers, and it didn't need to come from the government, you see. It was a neighborhood watch that watched the neighborhood. You do not hear me talking about anything like sickle cell, especially in the black neighborhood. It was him who brought it back around, see. And if they would have ever took a chance to follow that young boy's dream, I would have a whole lot of relatives today still alive. You don't hear me. And then, for him loving his wife so much, and that she was pregnant, and at the age of 20, and on a winter night, there was knocks at his door. And then from that knock that they received 1 shot, took out Mark Clark, his homeboy, who was at the front door. shotgun blast. One shot out, but 99 shots went in. Me and his wife danced, and guess what they put to her skin? My god brother says it like this. He says a lot of women out there get a chance when they first get pregnant that they have a stethoscope, and the stethoscope is the first piece of metal that touched the skin. With him, it was a 9mm. They got 2 more shots when they got into his room, and she said, I think you hurt my chairman Fred. They said, yes, that nigga's dead. And they danced the dance and they took him out. You abandoned me because you disrespected my history. Thundercats! 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 Oh! I come to September 29th. There was only one person who brought light into my life, and the reason I wrote this poem. So busy playing the streets, dating wife who was meant for me. God took her, we buried her September 29th, 10 years ago. Today, the problem is I shouldn't have been out there playing. I should have been obedient, and I should have married that, and the true power couple would be standing here today, a poet among poets that no one would ever hear. So every time that I represent and do anything, it is for her ear. So now I'm going to let you all know that there's no more fear, that every time that we disrespect anyone else, I will be here, because I'm that brother, no other, that has no fear. I don't care what you say, or your gender, or your race. I have a bridge. Keep it together, because that's what God's true face. We got to make some decisions here, and we got to stand on our own. He gave us a whole planet to have, and we still have homeless. He gave us a whole planet to have, and our children are running wild. He gave us a whole planet to enjoy. And even some of you in this room are a little nervous of me now. Thundercats!